Hey everybody. I wanted to step on here today to talk about the news cycles. I get up in the morning and the first thing I do is turn on the TV because I want to see what's going on in the world. Um, Anything I need to be concerned about, like food recalls. There's been quite a bit of food recalls lately. There were avocados recently, and I heard something about tomato sauce. Anyways, so I like to find out what I need to be aware of, that's in my freezer, refrigerator, or pantry. Anyways, um, let's talk about the news cycles. Um, it's getting to the point where the insanity is at such a feverish pace. And let me just say that the Democrats are so desperate, so desperate to harvest votes that they will break the law in the process. They're talking about breaking the law. I mean, who in their right mind will say that illegal immigrants have a right to vote? And in what planet, in what solar system are these Democrats coming from? Because never in our history have we ever talked about illegal voting. It's illegal. You can't do it. But they are so desperate for votes that they will harvest all those illegal immigrants. They will harvest their votes by telling them the lies that you have a right to vote. You have a right to serve in our government. Heck. Yeah. And it's not true. It's not true. They will do or say anything. Anything. They used to be the party of we cannot allow illegal immigrations. We have to protect our sovereignty. We have to close off that border. We have to build a wall. Yes, yes, yes. They were that party. There are recordings. There is substantial evidence that they were on the side of the law, the right side of the law. Now, all of a sudden, they're on the wrong side. And here we are going, you got to be kidding me. Why are you saying such things? I'll tell you what, they cannot for the life of them get a legitimate voter to vote for what they stand for. Who in their right mind wants a vast influx of illegal immigrants to come into this country? Nobody talks about this, but I'm going to talk about it. Let's talk about what that does to our country, to our economy, to our healthcare system. They come here because during the 8 years of Obama was just throwing out money out there to give these people free housing under Section 8, food stamps. They were getting free health care under Medicare. and they were getting welfare. They were getting paid. Heck, who wouldn't want to come to this country and get all that free stuff? Meanwhile, our citizens can't get jack because all that money is going for them. And why? Because they're pandering votes. How much you want to make a bet that during the 2016 election, even the midterms in 2018, there was illegal voting? How much do you want to make a bet? And anytime you talk about, let's see your voter rolls, let's see your voter registration, they scream, no, you cannot, no, you cannot. Why? Why is that? Illegal voting. I bet you there's been illegal voting in California. Oh, yes. And in other states as well. They tried to pull it off in Georgia. That didn't work. They tried in the midterms to pull it off in Florida. That did not go over well. Okay. Let's talk about housing. They have given housing to illegal immigrants in California to the point where they have a national disaster, excuse me, not national, it's a statewide disaster in homeless people. You've heard about the people in San Francisco, and I've heard recently, there's a YouTube video out there, you need to Google this. There's a YouTube video out there where there is a homeless person showing his buttocks just there for the whole world to see. And then all of a sudden, while they were filming this guy, you know, excuse my French, but his balls were hanging out, there's a guy less than 25 feet away who was defecating on the lawn in a busy street. Those are the people that suffer. They're not illegal. They don't qualify for free housing, apparently. They're down on their luck. But yet, all these immigrants that cross the border illegally, they get all that free stuff. Outrageous. It's just outrageous. It's a crime. It's criminal. Our healthcare system. There's no money for people that can't even afford their healthcare. They're on the border of, I make too much money to get subsidized in my health care, but I don't make enough money to be able to afford my own health care. And then there is that $7,000 deductible that I keep hearing people say, you know, I might as well not have it. I might as well tuck my money away, save it. And that's why Trump did away with those mandates that if you don't have health care, you got to pay a fine. Heck, these people can't afford it. So that's the way that Obama was getting money from them. He was extorting them. He was forcing them to buy health care that tripled, quadrupled of what they used to pay. And then when they do get it, it has a $7,000 deductible. Oh, good Lord. I mean, come on. $500 a month. And it's more than that. People are paying more than that for health care. $500 a month. You have, at the end of the year, $5,000. Excuse me, $6,000. Okay? $7,000 deductible. Oh, heck, I might as well put that money away. Okay, let's talk about health. I keep hearing that there is an outbreak of childhood diseases that have been eradicated for many years. You know, people would get their children immunized, and you know, there wasn't an outbreak of measles, or wasn't an outbreak of chickenpox. It was just not there. And I'm not talking about the anti-vaxxers, boxers, is that what they call them? People that do not want to immunize their children. You know, that's a whole other kettle of fish there. I'm talking about kids that come over illegally, and they crawl under the fence. They go over the fence. Let's say the Border Patrol don't get to them in time, and that's another thing. That's why we need fences. That is why we need a border wall. We do need a border wall, because we need to keep track of all the people that come in. What kind of diseases do you have? I guarantee you that the country that they're coming from do not enforce or tell their population, you need to vaccinate your children. So we have all this illegal immigration with who knows what that they have, and they're bringing it in to a country, United States, that has a vaccination program in place. So these kids spread it, and that's why we're having this outbreak, recent outbreak now, of the measles. It's horrible. And, you know, even polio, we'll get to that later. Even polio, and that's dangerous, because polio kills. and so do these childhood diseases when older people are exposed to it. For me, I've had the chicken pox when I was 3 or 4, and I also had the mumps, but I haven't had anything else. My oldest son, who is 35, he had the chicken pox when he was 3. My youngest son, who is 29, has never had a childhood disease. As an older American, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there, of course, you know, we get to this place in our lives where we really have to be careful to what we can possibly be exposed to, because we don't get over colds like we used to. God forbid we should get one of these, you know, childhood diseases that illegal immigrants bring. What can happen to our immune system? Anyways, so that's one of the things why we need to control immigration. It's not that we don't want people to come into this country. We're a diverse population. We benefit from different cultures and what they bring to the table to make our country better. You know, do you remember the scientists that came over from Germany? You remember that during World War II? There were a lot of scientists that migrated to our country because they were fleeing Hitler. They, you know, it was just something that they didn't like of what their country was turning into. So they fled, and we offered them sanctuary. Well, you know that they helped us in not only creating the atom bomb, which is, you know, oh, Lord have mercy, but they helped us with the space program. So we want immigrants to come to our country. We want them to bring to the table something that is going to benefit this country. But come here legally. And we cannot control the influx, the hordes of immigrants that are coming over the border, the southern border, because of the immigration policy that Congress cannot sit down and fix. They don't want to fix because they're harvesting votes. You know, let's just put it out there. They're harvesting votes. They've got to have all these people, and they've got to be the party that said, yeah, we're the ones that got you in here. Now you got to vote for us. That's what they want. They're harvesting votes. We can't have that. That is no way for a country to survive its sovereignty, to survive the laws that are on the books and the Constitution. We need to be a country of law and order. Law and order. Think about those two words, order. We cannot have a country of lawlessness and chaos. People flee countries that are lawless and chaotic. Let me just talk about that little area. Lawless and chaotic. There are people that are fleeing New York and California. Lawless and chaotic. Two sanctuary states. And New York is complaining. Well, by golly, I'd be fleeing too. You tax me to death. Then, thanks to Miss AOC, Ocasio-Cortez, you're not going to get any tax benefits, any extra income coming in, generation of income from Amazon. Time to pack up and go. Time to pack up and go. You've created that mess in your state, New York, California. People are fleeing your state. When that happens, there's a reason. You've got to check and see what you can do. But hey, these people want immigrants. They don't know how they're going to pay for it. Oh, look at California. Its roads and its bridges are falling apart because they're spending all that money for infrastructure on illegals. Why? Because they're harvesting votes. They got pay them so they can get the vote. Illegal voting, it's happening, it's real, it's there. Okay, I said my piece. I think we got off topic a little bit. Talking about the news and constantly, you know, you get to the point where you just want to tune it out because it's just too much. Too much. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.